hung up the phone to my wrist in the bowl, spin counterclockwise and get out of control. You're scared. What's the word, YouTubians, man? Welcome back to another stream with your guy, Jim, man. It's Jim in the spot, man. Jim in the spot. Yeah, it's me, gang. What up? How you feeling tonight, man? We got to get to some of this drama, gang. We got to get to some of this no jumper drama, gang. Ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't gonna lie to you at all. We got to get to it. How we feeling tonight, my bros, man? Welcome back to another stream with your guy, man. I'm feeling good. Today was a good day. Today was a good day for me in the field. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I came to come jump on this nasty and vibe out with y'all for a little minute. What up? Talk to me, man. Tell Scott to holla at me, man. I'm focused, man. But all right, let's get right to it. We ain't going no time, ain't? Y'all know what it is, man. We ain't gonna waste no time, bros. Look, this is what we doing, man. We starting off with some no jumper drama, man. Hoover Hoover, what remover? Wack on 600, Unc, 607 Unc and Munchie B drama. Let's see what up, man.
About it.
Bro, when
I was annoyed as soon as I figured out what he was saying, because to me, bruh,
yeah, we
don't put us in that position. Don't say that kind of shit.
That type of shit.
And it's not like
none of us do that.
It's not a lesson that we had to learn again. We already learned this with the DW situation. It was a monstrous
and that shit was light.
And that was a light one. That was hard to hear. It's kind of in the background. Yeah. Somebody else was talking. They had to turn up the volume to hear it. I mean, a lot of people don't know that people call cigarettes that or whatever.
No. Not that. No.
Hold on. Let me just. Y'all heard what he said. I ain't about to repeat it. Because, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man. I ain't about to violate. But 607 Unc was tripping, though. But let's go watch the, all right, let's see this, and then we're going to tap into the Flacco video on this. We're going to see what Flacco talking about. Yeah. 88. Let me tell you, my boy, today was a good day in the field, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, finally got a nice little deal on the table, and it's good. You heard? Your boy listen, man, I can't wait till next week. I just tell you, I can't wait to see my check like that week, nigga. But yeah, man, we listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a salesman, my nigga. I'm a salesman now. Like, I'm really a salesman now, bro. Like, I really learned how to do it, and I love it. Like, bro, I could literally reach my goals financially off this shit. Like, this is my new life. This is about to be what I do. Like, for real. Like, nigga, I ain't never know I could be this good at this. Well, I ain't gonna say I act like I'm the best, because I'm not the best, but I'm definitely learning how to be really good. You know what I mean? I can be really good with practice, for me. It's about to be lit. Let's see what they talking about on this joint, though. They talking about the 607 Unc nigga disrespecting Munchie.
The DW shit, that shit was like,
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, like, bro, like, I text you, I'm like, yo, bro, dude can't be talking the super duper blood shit. Because, like, blind or not, bro.
You're trying to
88 say you'd make $1 million selling cars or homes. Just saying. Bro, I'm gonna make that selling this. Bro, I ain't gonna speak numbers, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna speak numbers. But 10 bands off of one deal? 10 bands off one deal is crazy, gang. I'm about to try to be closing a deal every day. I'm about to really be a nigga. I'm about to be one of them niggas. I've been practicing. Look, if you look at my YouTube algorithm, or my YouTube, look, let me go to my home. If I go to a new page on YouTube, my whole YouTube page gonna be nothing but studying. Look, set a solar lead in 30 minutes every time. Boom. Because I be watching mad videos on this shit. So my whole algorithm is flooded with nothing but salesman stuff. But that's good though. It's teaching me how to be better at what's going to set me up financially. You know what I'm saying? So that's fire. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's tap back in. I ain't going to make the stream about me. Streaming, it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me. I just had a good day. You know what I'm saying?
turn this into an anti-Munchie thing, which I also am opposed to, for the record.
Hold on. What do they say happens when you lose one of your senses? The other ones get stronger, right?
And boy, can he smell.
So if you're sitting there, wait, you knew you farted?
No, I just, he's always wearing a nice fragrance.
So if you're sitting there, this dude's talking for 30, 40 minutes, I'm thinking your shit, he's right there. I would have respected if he jumped up, took off, swung 8 times in the air, missed everything. I'd have been like, that's what he was supposed to do.
Everybody keeps saying that shit. That shit sound dumb to me. Munchie was supposed to jump up and swing at the air? For real? Right. 10K is a good deal for sure. So long as you do more than one a month. Right. Exactly. Bro, the goal is one a day. Nigga. Bro, no funny shit. Bro, I just got another one today. Bro, I closed one today and set another one today. Bro, no funny shit. My goal is, bro, every day I'm going in there trying to get a deal that's a sticky deal. Like not a maybe iffy. I'm talking about a sticky deal. Once I'm not going home till I have a sticky deal. If I go one day a week without a sticky, I'ma feel like, yo, tomorrow I gotta come out here and really like work from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and really like go crazy and make up for that. Cause this crazy. Like, I ain't never had an opportunity to do this type of shit. Like, I worked in a bank for 10 years, ain't never make 10K in 7 days. Like, this is my first 7 days at a new job. I've been at this job 7 days.
Do you want to know the annoying part about this? Is
because he be going too hard.
The week's previous episode.
I can't even see the dude now. It's like got me in a bad spot.
Now you got to smash his head in with a rock or something?
Nah, but I don't want. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's like he should have handled that shit. And then it ain't on what you call is there to make sure Munchie right. That's his guy. But he's a Crip, so he can't really react like that unless it goes somewhere. And Hefe, you know what I'm saying? So
and Hefe has the best facial expressions in general. Like he always, like you could just kind of look at his face and figure out what's going on the rest of the podcast. And also, I love that the Reddit is so fascinated with Aunt Hefe's laugh. But okay, this is my thing. I kind of forgot what I was going to say.
I might watch Flacco video on this because Flacco probably got right to the. Matter of fact, we gonna listen. I ain't gonna sit here and act like Flacco don't be doing this job. Let me go to Flacco shit. Flacco be doing his job. Let me see. Flacco probably got a better broke down version.
This interview with 4 Extra made 607 Unc, a new No Jumper employee, quit No Jumper. So I've known this information now for a couple of days, but I sat quiet because it wasn't public.
I didn't even know that Unc left to know he had to come back.
It was made public tonight, so I could really break down everything that led up to this and exactly what happened that made 607 Unc think that No Jumper lined him up. 607 Unc was so angry at No Jumper that after the interview, he asked Adam where he was. Adam was in Houston, and he hopped on a flight to go to Houston to confront Adam and talk about this because he really thought this was out of pocket. So if you guys don't know what's going on, I'll break it down for you.
That nigga did not fly to Houston to press Adam.
607 Unc and 4 Extra did an interview. However, before the interview, they've never had a conversation. Even though 607 Unc disrespected 4 Extra on the internet. He was alluding to 4 Extra being gay, saying derogatory things about 4 Extra. Unc is a comedian. 4 Extra is a gang member. So regardless of how funny the joke is, 4 Extra still realizes that he's a face of somewhere. So he can't tolerate anybody coming on the internet and playing with his name, especially in a manner that 607 Unc played with his name.
What are your thoughts on 4 Extras?
4 Extra probably got hit extra.
Wait, what?
That's all. He probably got hit extra. How did that doodle ball shit? If
you're lucky he's going to be locked up for another month.
No, gang. If you talk about that doodle ball shit, I had to get hit extra.
What do you mean doodle ball?
He's talking about he put peanut butter up in the game.
No. He said he knocked out an op and that somebody, his cellmate, grabbed a packet of peanut butter, squirted on the dude's ass. He said he didn't take part in it.
Oh, you said it seemed Wack asking Unc to come back today. Bro, I didn't even know what happened about... I didn't know he left. I missed the whole 4 Extras shit, huh? I've been out the loop. I was just on stream. I thought... Did I stream yesterday? No. Yo, my power was out yesterday. That's why my landlord need solar. My power was out yesterday.
Not true. Listen, if you
He's
saw
not a peanut butter.
Come on, gang. If you saw it, you did it. Listen, gang, stop playing with me. If you saw a nigga sitting ass didn't do nothing, you probably got hit extra. That's why I call him 4 Extra. Probably got hit extra. I said, oh, mama, stop playing with me. You know that. Listen, that's weird as shit. I don't even watch it, man. Would you watch somebody get peanut butter up their ass and not get none?
For sure. I got to talk about it on the podcast.
But he had to talk about it. He was in jail.
He made it clear, and I believe him because from my perspective, he has a sterling reputation for heterosexuality.
Come on, gang. In jail with ass. Come on, the two, them things go together in jail.
Listen, I'm definitely I'm not going to put peanut butter on someone's ass myself.
That's what I'm saying.
But I respect the art form.
The honesty. You respect the honesty.
I just respect the honor culture that creates this sort of thing. Like the way I respect the Glock Dookies, the Savage Life, spitting in the booty.
Come on, gang.
How you respect that? Why respect that? You respect.
The same thing. You put the peanut butter on the booty.
I'm just saying. Come on, gang. I'm saying that he said he witnessed it. I witnessed it. We heard about it. We never eyewitnessed nobody playing with nobody ass. He eyewitnessed it. Stop playing with me. His eyes gotta hurt.
If he wanted to step in while his homeboy was peanut buttering someone that he had just knocked out, he would probably have to get his hands dirty as well. What's he going to do? He's going to reach down and scoop the peanut butter out of his op's ass. Way gayer than him just turning the other cheek, walking away from it, saying to his cellmate, hey, you can peanut butter him. I'm not going to peanut butter him. I can smell it.
Listen,
I'm not going to eat it.
Listen, that's his celly. So if a nigga put his ass for niggas outside the cell, what think he doing to a nigga inside the cell?
I think it was in the hallway. It was like right outside.
No, but that's his celly. His celly took somebody ass outside the cell.
I disagree with the idea that it's inherently gay to put peanut butter in an op's ass because nobody was saying that about all the.
Bro, why would you disagree to that? Any man doing something to another man's boot, like, bro, that's mook. What are we talking about? Like, it's like they make me talk about these things, and then I gotta like be the best. Like, bro, I love everybody, bro, but like we not gonna sit here and act like that ain't mook, nigga.
The Chicago dudes were spitting on each other's asses.
But what fighting got to do with some ass? Play on me. Anytime fighting got to do with some ass, homosexual, gang.
No, that's how you permanently make it clear that you're taking their reputation away from them.
That's how you permanently make it clear that you gay.
Nigga,
For extra, probably got hit extra. That's what.
Nigga, Adam is not institutionalized, but he's fallen for this institutionalized shit. This nigga is on it. This how you know he easily influenced. This nigga's a grown man. He like 40-something. This nigga just said another man spitting in another man's butt is hetero. It's hetero. It's not hetero. It's not hetero. It can't be hetero. A man spitting in another man's butt ain't never been hetero. It's not heterosexual. It's not.
No, he hits extra. He got a baby on the way.
He probably got hit extra, gang. Extra time.
He making babies.
No, gang. Oh, no. He's somebody else baby in jail if he putting peanut butter on their ass.
See, this is the problem we're gonna have now. You're gonna have smoke with Forrest.
No, but listen, if Brick Baby could walk in this building and have smoke with Wack 100 for 2 years without seeing him, I can manage to be in this motherfucker for 2 years without seeing 4 extra.
Yeah.
Come on, gang. Stop playing on me. If everybody else could do it, why can't I?
There's multiple other people that we have to keep away from.
Everybody in this building ops. Stop playing on me. Who not ops at no jumper?
When he was dissing 4 extra in the interview, he was under the assumption this is no jumper. This is what the employees do. They diss each other, and due to the scheduling, they never have to run each other. I'm good. I would never run into 4 extra, even if I am dissing him. So a beef with him don't really matter. Well, a month later, 607 Unc accepted a gig as a full-time no-jumper employee. He's now doing interviews. It's time for him to start doing interviews with more people in the building. Adam approached 607 Unc and asked him, hey, you want to do an interview with 4 extra? 4 extra is down. He wants to do it. Unc said, of course, 4 extra is viral. Let's do it. Now, Unc is under the perception of 4 extra is cool with me. He never seen that miscellaneous interview I did dissing him.
Nigga, if you know, you know. Adam was going to make sure he see that so Adam could have some controversy, nigga. Adam is Vince McMahon. Nigga, Adam going to make sure 4 extra see that. And make sure y'all link up on the pod.
In the past?
Is he crazy?
Well, little did he know he was wrong. 4 extra did see it. 4 extra was really pissed. But 4 extra didn't let Adam know he was pissed, and he didn't let 607 Unc know he was pissed. And he never dissed Unc on the internet. So Unc has no reference point to figure out where is his relationship with 4 extra. He thinks it's all good and gravy. Days before the interview was supposed to happen, Adam gets an emergency hood vlog in Houston, and he has to go to Houston. So now 607 Unc and 4 extra was scheduled to do the interview by themselves without any mediator. Unc is a little sketched out, but he agreed to do it because he's thinking 4 extra never dissed me on the internet. He probably...
Bro, this probably all a play. 4 extra and Unc bento.
Never seen me dissing him. It's all good. It's all good and gravy. Then the day of the interview happened, and he quickly found out 4 extra ain't forgetting. Now, this is what happened exactly. Before we get to what happened on camera, let's talk about what happened off camera. When 4 extra walked in, 607 Unc asked, hey, let's take a picture, gang. 4 Extra said, no, we got to holler. He took 607 Unc. They walked in the back next to the newsroom. So how No Jumper is shaped, when you walked in is a huge open floor lobby. Then there's a door at the other end of the room, and you open up that door and you walk down the stairs, and then there's the newsroom. They walked down the stairs and closed the door. There were people in the newsroom still doing the news. 4 Extra and 607 Unc is having a discussion while people is doing the news. And all people hear is 4 Extra screaming at the top of his lung, "I'll kill you, gang, I don't play that." I mean, straight pressing. Straight pressing. I haven't seen pressing
Where the video?
this vicious before in my life.
You know what I'm gonna say? Where the video? Where the footage? Where the footage is? Where the footage is at?
4 Extras let him know, I came with 50 people. If your energy would have been wrong, you would have died in No Jumper today. He's telling...
Why would 4 Extra, who's like 400 extra pounds of pure muscle, because all he do is work out and beat niggas up, why would he need 400 people for 607 Unc, nigga? He could probably kill 607 Unc with his bare hands, nigga.
Unc this. And Unc is trying to explain to him, no, gang, it's the internet, bro. No, gang, it's the internet, yo, bro. It's all love, yo. My mission is a little different. 4 Extra, I don't want to hear no spiritual mission, bro. You play with my name on the internet. If your energy would have been off today, you would have died today. That was 4 Extra's message to Unc. And I don't know how Unc got out that situation. He said the right things, talk 4 Extra, not off the edge, but talk them off the, I don't want to kill you today. So 4 Extra went from, we came to kill you, to, I still don't F with you. Let's do the podcast and I'm going to still check you. They hopped on the podcast and 4 Extra told him the exact same thing on camera that he said off camera. But what he said on camera was a little toned down. But you get the message for where 4 Extra is at.
Look, first, like, I come on this motherfucker like this, cuz, on the set. Just like I came, cuz, and I just talked to you, cuz. You know what I'm saying, cuz? As soon as I come in, cuz.
Nah, why he put all them hands in his face, though? Look at this. Look at his face. See, he got his hands all in the nigga face, right?
Look, first, like, I come on this motherfucker like this, cuz, on the set. Just like I came, cuz, and I just talked to you, cuz. You know what I'm saying, cuz? As soon as I come in, cuz. Off the back, bro.
You came in with pressure.
Off the back, huh?
You came in with pressure. Let's not lie. Let's not cap for the camera, gang. You came in with pressure. You came in and told me I'm going to die here.
I did because you gonna die.
Yeah, what we going to lie for? What we going to lie for?
I'm not about to lie.
What we going to lie for?
I just told you gonna die.
But you misunderstood what I'm here for, though.
But look, let me tell you, cuz, why I got on you, cuz. Let me tell you, cuz. And on Crip, and now we didn't talk, cuz. I came here, cuz, pressing. You right. I came right in here off the back, pressing, tripping on the dead homies, cuz. Off the back tripping. That's why I said we don't sit on the thing. Off the back.
You didn't take a picture with me.
Hold on,
you said take a picture with you. So I talked to him. I'm like, what the
said take a picture right now.
You said no.
They said take a picture. I
You said no.
Why I'm about to take a picture with you, and I'm on you. I'm not taking a picture with no nigga that I'm on.
shit.
But look, let me tell you.
Let me finish.
But let me tell you though, where you go wrong. I always get on here and always tell niggas, don't let this internet get a nigga. Because the internet gonna get you. Remember, you trying to get views. You playing, nigga. I'm gonna try to get your body. I'm getting my man. And that's why.
4 Extras ain't trying to go back to jail. This is an act, bro. This Adam set this shit up. This shit wrestling, bro. Vince McMahon in the background setting shit up, my nigga. Now, I don't know if Adam got the power to make 4 Extra not want to get on this nigga for basically calling him gay. I mean, I don't know if Adam got the power to make 4 Extra not get on this nigga, even though he was calling 4 Extra gay. But this shit an act, bro. This shit not real. There's no real tension here. Y'all niggas wouldn't be sitting down on the podcast. If you was gonna die, he wouldn't say it on live podcast while his parole officer watching. Unless he just retarded. And I don't think these niggas is that dumb.
As soon as we come in here, oh, let's take a picture. Never, nigga. We gotta holler.
If these niggas was that dumb, he'd have slapped this nigga on the way in. For real, for real.
Right.
Immediately to the back in front of this trip. The other ones, everybody right here in the back. And you just admitted it yourself.
But 4 Extra is making it clear that he pressed Unc in front of his protection. Because Unc came with some Watts dudes who he's close with, so he came with protection, but they was outnumbered by like 40.
But I'm telling you, I'm just pulling No Jumper. And when I tell you, I don't give a
We gotta be good.
You're gonna be a part of the space.
We gotta be good now. We gotta be good now,
you can be a part of space. Hold on, cuz. You can be a part of space. You can be a part of space. I don't give a fuck about being a part of space, cuz.
This nigga got his hands on his face. This is disrespectful. 607 Unc a bitch.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Talk
I'm
about
for
space.
I stand on cuz I believe it and I love my soil. And I believe it and I'll take it on 40 because I'm a real firm believer into my set and I love my hood. So look, hold on. And when you bring my name up, I don't give a fuck. You don't know me. You bringing my name up, nigga, so I'm coming to destroy your ass.
I love
And as soon as they told me, oh, you got an interview with him, you know what I did? I said, oh, that's good. Yeah. Set it up. What time?
No.
I said, what time? As soon as I got here. Take your ass to the
Nah, I love you.
I tricked
Bro,
you, nigga.
extra, I love you. I love you.
Nigga.
I love you.
Hey, look,
I love you, bro.
hold on, cuz. Now,
That's real shit.
Now, hold on.
That's real street shit.
Listen, cuz. This is what I'm telling you, cuz. And since I talked to you,
This nigga is full of aggression and backed up nut. I know he ain't fucking nothing. This nigga just too testosterone-ish. Got too much testosterone in him. Let some out, brother. Go get some pussy.
come on, nigga. I'm not about to rush you. Just kick back.
I don't know that.
But look, cuz.
How I know that?
Look.
How I know you ain't finna rush me? How the fuck I know I'm making out of here? That's what I'm saying. How do I know that? It's 50 niggas out there when I walk out there. I'm just saying, you still raging. I'm trying to let you know what I'm here for.
Hey, look. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you right now. This is what I'm trying to tell you right now.
Got me surrounded.
Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you right now. Watch what you say up on here, cuz these think you can't be caught. You could be caught. You could be found. You could, nigga, on the set. What's the name? I'm gonna get up on you, just like I just got up on you. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you, you gonna die right here. I smoke your ass, and niggas, you gonna die at no jumpers, niggas. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna flatline you right here and go to jail.
Vince McMahon set this shit up well, gang.
Laugh at your ass while you on the projector dead. And I'm gonna be doing burpees in jail, laughing at your ass while these bitches picking up my collect calls.
There's a part of this interview that has an air jet, by the way. It has an air jet. But during this interview, 607 Unc accidentally said, what's the 40s? 4 Extra is so on edge and think he's trying to play with him. 4 Extra gets up and almost swings on 607 Unc. It was a huge melee. 4 Extra homies came in the building, broke things up. Lush tried to get in between. 4 Extra looked at Lush and said, you stay out of it, white man. So this interview gets even more wild. Like Unc almost got hands put on him.
This shit is
After the interview,
wrestling.
now Unc had a great poker face during the interview, but after the interview,
Bro, I promise you this shit wrestling, gang. He ain't going to do nothing. Let's be real. Facts. This shit wrestling, gang. I promise.
Unc believed that everybody at No Jumper set him up. We had a conversation, gang. He looking at me as if I set him up. I'm like, nah, gang. I just got here, homie. I had no idea
Cat.
this was supposed to happen. I ain't know that that you, Adam, and him had no interview, gang. Bro, take it up with Adam, not me. Bro, I told him straight up, take it up with Adam, bro, not me. I ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. But 607 Unc, words out of his mouth, yo, gang, he came with 50 people. They came to kill me. And No Jumper, like gave me up. Like No Jumper delivered me into the hands of the lion. Like, bro, what's going on here? This ain't cool.
All right, where the video? Is there more video?
So well, because Adam just announced that 607 Unc is apparently done with No Jumper.
So I just got off the phone with 607 Unc, and he no longer wants to be part of No Jumper. This is like the most unpredictable dude I've ever met in my life, because I thought that he was just like down for all the bullshit. But I guess when 4 Extra told him off camera that he was going to kill him, he took it as like a bad omen on some like witchcraft or voodoo or whatever the fuck his religion thing is. So he's saying that he's no longer on the Tuesday show. So tomorrow, I don't know. I'm still honestly going to keep trying to get him to pull up, just so we can at least maybe have like one final conversation on camera before he rides off into the sunset. But
This nigga's crazy. This nigga Adam is, bro. Vince McMahon. This nigga's Vince McMahon, gang.
yeah, this has been a very hectic couple of weeks, and
All right, let's see what was going on with Jay-Z, man. What did I miss about the Jay-Z? More bad news for Rock Nation. What did I miss?
People, it looks like it's every day now. The cruelty of Rock Nation keeps getting exposed. We done uncovered another lawsuit that nobody is talking about. The lawsuit is centered around the turmoil of Michelle Shore, who we believe was a personal assistant for Megan Thee Stallion. They don't explicitly say Megan Thee Stallion. However, the timeline, the dates, the facts, it all lines up with this was Megan Thee Stallion's personal assistant. Michelle is suing Rock Nation for what I can describe as inhumane, cutthroat treatment, man. You don't treat employees like this. You don't treat animals like this. The lawsuit filed by Michelle Shore is actually against Rock Nation, not Megan Thee Stallion. Rock Nation directly because Rock Nation was her employer. So February 26, 2024 is when she applied for the job. Now, the title of the role was high-profile artist, personal assistant, LA-based position. March 13, she accepted an offer to be the personal assistant to one of defendant's main celebrity clients, who we believe is Megan Thee Stallion. Now, the salary was $130,000, and it was a signed employment agreement with Rock Nation Management. Throughout her employment, the wage statements listed Rock Nation as her employer, not Megan Thee Stallion, Rock Nation. So March 18th, 5 days after being hired, this is when she began to realize, yeah, they on some janky stuff over here. Because she was approached by a woman named Nikita Thompson who warned her that she might notice her colleagues being terminated and advised her not to ask any questions or acknowledge knowing the terminated employees.
That's weird.
Michelle Shore is like, bruh, this must be an indication of Rock Nation's patterns of terminating employees for reasons not aligned with their business interests, rather lawful or not. That was her first sign of they on some janky stuff over here. However, it's not my business. I'm not going to ask any questions. From the surface, $130,000 to be a personal assistant sounds amazing. It sounds great. Until you look at the requirements and until they tell you the hours you're going to be working. Once you see the demands, you start to do the calculation and realize that the per hour rate is equivalent to being a child slave in Africa somewhere, bruh. All right? Mining minerals. Those were the hourly rates they had her working based on how many hours she was asked to work. I'll give them their credit. They did at least try to warn her, all right? The best they could for the demanding hours, okay? But take a look at this, okay? So March 28th, 2024, during a meeting at defendant's Los Angeles headquarters to discuss the celebrity's upcoming international music concert tour, the celebrity emphasized the tour's critical nature, stating, this is a make or break tour for her. There will be no partying, no effing around. This is work. Can you imagine Megan Thee Stallion coming into a meeting and telling professionals, no effing around, no partying? So the plaintiff interpreted this as an expectation to work unreasonable hours, being on call at all times with duties extending from before the celebrity woke up until after they went to bed. So this is not just a regular 9 to 5. Your entire life is catered around this person. So if this person is waking up, let's say at 5 a.m. and they need, I don't know, a breakfast at 5:30, you got to be up at 5:30 a.m. too. If they go to bed at 10 p.m., but like they still require you do things past 10 p.m., then you got to go to bed at 1 a.m. and wake up at 5. That's just how it works, right? So between May 8th of 2024 to July 3rd of 2024, during the tour, Michelle worked approximately 57 days without a single day off, working a minimum of 16 hours per day with an average of 5 hours of sleep per night. Call me Americanized, bruh, but nah, that's cruelty. Nah, that is torture, homie. That's not even cool. You're trying to kill somebody. Asking 16 hours a day, 57 days straight, no breaks whatsoever, 5 hours of sleep. And it's 16 hours minimum. Meaning, there's some days where, she had to work 18, 19, 20 hours on call 24/7. This is not cool. You're trying to kill somebody. And you would think for a job that demanding, they would at least be somewhat accommodating, right? But no. Of course, Rock Nation conduct, if this is true, violated the California Labor Code Section 551, which mandates a day of rest. I'll be real, I don't even think this conduct is allowed in North Korea. And we know how they get down. I feel like this conduct will get you sanctioned in North Korea, and that's saying a lot. Scheduled days off did not apply to plaintiffs. So Megan Thee Stallion was in that meeting allegedly, all right, screaming, no days off, no party, no work. Whole time she's taking days off. But you don't got no days off. You still got to work on things for her. As she was required to handle events like photo shoots or personal activities for the celebrity. During the tour, the defendants and the celebrity assigned plaintiff unfeasible tasks, such as simultaneously flying the celebrity's French bulldog to New York City for a photo shoot and packing/moving the celebrity's belongings from Beverly Hills to Miami. These unreasonable expectations caused plaintiff severe emotional and physical harm. I'll be real. Now, flying the French bulldog, I guess that's something you could probably expect from like a personal assistant. But is moving the defendant's belongings from houses, is that what a personal assistant do? Like, shouldn't you hire a mover for that? Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She gets a lot of flack. Now, if Megan Thee Stallion is the celebrity, moving forward, this is all based on if she's the celebrity. But she was pretty understanding. Like, when Michelle couldn't do certain things or stood up for herself and said, no, this is not part of my job duty, bro. All right? No, this is not cool. No, bro. Like, I have to sleep more than 4 hours a day. No, I need a day off. Apparently, Megan Thee Stallion was understanding to this. However, Desiree Perez kept on asking Megan Thee Stallion, should we fire her? Should we get rid of her? Just created a hostile work environment. Volatile. This person is coming to work every day on edge, not knowing if today is going to be their last day. During the tour, when Michelle was unable to perform contradictory and extensive tasks, rather due to the emotional trauma or the physical harm that she was enduring by not sleeping, Desiree Perez allegedly asked Megan, or the alleged celebrity, if Michelle, or if they should terminate Michelle. Although Michelle was not terminated at this point, she became aware of the volatility of her employment, increasing her fear of job loss if she did not comply with certain demands. So things that she shouldn't have been doing, things that she should have said, no, I'm not doing this, she just began to do it because they was openly threatening her job. Now, the extreme working condition led to Michelle developing a physical disability. These people worked this woman so hard, they almost worked her to her death. Specifically, impaired vision due to sleep deprivation. Like manifesting as seeing spots in her eyesight, Michelle feared that the lack of rest was causing severe physical harm. Now, what happens when you get injured at the job or you get injured based on your job duties? You get to at least take some time off to heal and recoup, right?
I mean, that's normal. That's every job, right? You get time off, you get injured, right? PTO, nigga.
No, not here. All right, because Michelle emailed Rock Nation head of human resources, Marissa Valero, and Desiree Perez, stating she did not feel safe due to the harsh working conditions, and she requested to go home for a day. She requested a day. One day.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. One day, bruh. She couldn't have one day to herself, gang. Nigga said she knew what she signed up for. 88, you a dog, Brody.
One day of rest. And she also informed Desiree Perez in person that her vision was impaired due to lack of sleep, seeing spots when blinking. Desiree Perez granted the request, and Michelle was sent home. Now, Michelle received a missed call and an email from Valero as soon as she got home, followed by a 2-minute phone conversation in which Valero informed Michelle that she was being released from her position because she left tour. Plaintiff Michelle alleged that this termination was abrupt and came days after she raised concerns about her safety and well-being to human resources and senior management. That's cold-blooded, man. She was emailing human resource saying, hey, yo, I need some rest. Please, can I get some rest? They finally had the meeting with her, right? After days of her emailing, they granted her 1 day off. So, you know what? Yo, go home, take a break for 1 day. And when she went home for that 1 day and left tour, after they approved her request to leave tour for 1 day, when she got home, they called her and fired her on the spot. That's cruel, bro. That's some nasty work, homie.
Nigga said she wasn't cut out for it.
Nasty work, bro. Somebody worked for 57 days straight, no breaks at all? For anyone to work for 16 hours a day, 57 days straight, that shows you are at least a dedicated employee.
Facts.
You at least...
But everybody else on the tour worked that same schedule and did their job.
For somebody who's a hard worker. And if you got to take a day off because you're burnt out or you have a physical disability from performing your job duty, to me, that's the least I can do for you, bro. If you're somebody who's willing to work 57 days straight without complaining, that's the least I can do for you. Take the day off. But a day off was too much for these people, bro. They want you to essentially work yourself to an early grave. They won't be satisfied until you do yourself. Let's get into the basis of the lawsuits. Now, we covered the general allegations. Rock
He pushing it. They won't be satisfied till you... Come on.
Nation engaged in torturous acts, allowing or condoning a pattern of unlawful practices that cause plaintiff economic damages, emotional pain, humiliation, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, and emotional distress. All right. Disability discrimination to me is a big one. She got physically disabled while performing your daily duties, and she got fired for it. That's a lawsuit. Plaintiff alleged that her impaired vision of physical disability was a substantial motivating reason for Rock Nation adverse employment actions, including her termination, which materially affected the terms and conditions of her employment. Now, she also sued for retaliation under FEHA. Plaintiff alleged that her opposition to defendant's discriminatory practices in violation of California Labor Code section was a motivating reason for defendant's Rock Nation adverse employment actions, including her termination. Retaliation under California Labor Code. Plaintiff alleged that Rock Nation retaliated against her for complaining about unlawful activities, including disability discrimination and requesting a reasonable accommodation, as well as violations of California Labor Code section 551. Her opposition to these illegal actions was a motivating reason for her termination. A lot of these lawsuits just keep getting uncovered, and I'll be real, there's one person at the center of a lot of this stuff, and it's not Jay-Z, right? We don't see Jay-Z at the center. At least Jay-Z's name isn't really mentioned because Jay-Z ain't really handling the day-to-day operation, but Desiree Perez is named in a lot of these Rock Nation lawsuits, if not all. And what we see is she's at the core.
Will Jay-Z separate from Desiree Perez? Which I think.
This, bruh. She's just not a good person. If these allegations are true, she's just not a good person.
Y'all think Jay-Z gonna separate from Desiree Perez? Kick her to the dirt? Like, yo, listen, man, too much heat on you, shorty. And
I feel like that right there is the root of a lot of the issues. It's, just being a decent human being would have solved this, yo. Damn, man, you got physically impaired by working here for 57 days straight, 16-hour days minimum. Damn, man. That's effed up. I feel empathy towards you. Go home, man. Take some rest. Being a good person will get rid of probably 95% of these lawsuits. But because people didn't exercise just basic human decency, what we've seen is they're getting themselves in turmoil. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about?
That's a fact. Nigga said she better get a lot of money because she never gonna work in the industry again. That's kind of true. Ski. 1090J got a new video. I was supposed to drop. I recorded a video. I got to drop. I got like 3 videos I got to drop. I ain't gonna lie. I've been caught up. I got to drop these videos I got. But let's see what 1090J talking about though, gang. 1090J got a video about Florida man sentenced to 999 years in prison for his own grandparents.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on a Florida man that was sentenced to 999 years for killing his grandparents.
A teenager's in jail after a family says he shot and killed his grandparents over a family feud. Family members tell us Unita Hardy and Gregory Merritt were in their early 60s.
This nigga took out his 60-year-old grandparents? Nah, bro, this YN shit going too far, bro. This ain't even a YN. This some shit the little school Utas be doing. You know what I'm saying? This is a school Uta activity. Popping your grandparents? This ain't no YN activity, bro. This ain't what niggas do. This ain't real nigga activity, bro. Phil.
A family friend was also
rest in peace to the grandparents, bro.
Killed in all of this.
His thoughts, his actions, his words. Those three things prove to you, in this case, beyond a reasonable doubt, that this defendant committed 3 counts of premeditated murder.
His statement to the police is credible because it is literally corroborated by all the other evidence in this case. And that is the same statement in which he confesses to 3 counts of murder.
First on my list to see is Jadarius Jones.
I'm like, that ain't him. I'm over here looking at the girl like, why the hell they put the camera on her? There this nigga go. YN activity. He look like a YN, but this ain't no YN.
How you doing?
School
okay, are you Jadarius Jones?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have read the arrest and booking report. I do find there to be probable cause for the 4 charges against you. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Mr. Jones, you've been charged with 3 separate counts of second-degree murder. You've also been charged with a separate count of armed robbery. You will be held without bond on all 4 of those charges.
It was January 15th.
Bro, even the people in court, you see the chicks' faces? Look at the women face. Look at the white girl. Look at the white girl. The black girl in the back ain't too phased. The white girl, like, he did what?
Represent you. Mr. Jones, you've been charged with 3 separate counts of second-degree murder.
You saw the black girl? Nah, the black girl was like, what? The white girl caught it late.
You've been charged with 3 separate counts of second-degree murder.
She like, what? She look like the lady from like, he got money. Oh, he got freaking money. Oh, a large.
You've also been charged with a separate count of armed robbery.
She want to see this nigga face.
You will be held without bond on all 4 of those charges.
It was January 15th, 2023. At 12:30 in the afternoon, Jacksonville sheriffs responded to a home in reference to a shooting. Arriving on scene, officers discovered 44-year-old Luther Williams laying in the front yard with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers quickly conducted a security sweep of the residence, finding 2 additional victims in a back bedroom, 58-year-old Unita Hardy and 63-year-old Gregory Merritt. They were both unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. All 3 victims would die at the scene as detectives arrived to begin the triple homicide investigation. A search warrant was obtained, the crime scene was processed, and multiple 9mm shell casings would be found inside and outside the home by all 3 victims. It was determined all 3 met a violent demise, standing only feet away from their killer. A nearby neighbor, now witness, would tell detectives she observed an 18-year-old named Jadarius Jones arrive at the victim's home in a black Toyota Camry. He'd enter the home wearing a fanny pack satchel, and once inside was confronted by male acquaintances who were already in the home. The confrontation stemmed from an incident they found out Jadarius was involved in, and a physical fight broke out. Jadarius was seen running from the home on foot. Officers would observe a male matching the description of Jadarius at a home not far from the murder scene. He'd be detained by officers, identified as the suspect, and
Definitely a demon, Brody. I see you in the comments. Definitely a demon. This nigga is worse than a demon. This is crazy, bro. He took out his grandparents, bro. That probably raised his stupid ass.
He'd be detained by officers, identified as the suspect, and transported for an interview with detectives. A search of the home would reveal a fanny pack style satchel described by the witness. Inside was a wallet belonging to the victim found in the front yard. Speaking with Jadarius, the detective would read him his constitutional rights, and Jadarius would acknowledge he understood all of his rights and signed the form. Post Miranda, Jadarius would confess to shooting and killing all 3 victims. But these weren't just random people. Unita and Gregory were his own grandparents. The 18-year-old would be charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm, and theft of a motor vehicle for stealing the victim's Toyota after the murder. The vehicle would be found in front of the home he was found at. Jadarius would sit inside of the Duval County Jail for over 2 years before finding himself guilty as fuck at trial. Now 20 years old, Jadarius would receive a jaw-dropping 999 years for the triple murder that ended his grandparents' life. In all reality, he'd be sentenced to life for each murder, with the sentences running concurrent, but on the court site it would say 999 years, 99 months, and 99 days. For those that have never been to prison, within the dorms are call-out sheets that would list inmate names, Department of Corrections numbers, as well as their release dates. And for the inmates with a life sentence, the year of release would just say 9999. Now these numbers almost seem make-believe, but for 20-year-old Jadarius, they are very real. If he's lucky enough to live the next 60 years, he'll have spent it within the 4 regions of the Florida Department of Corrections. It doesn't matter which part of the state he wakes up in. That Florida sun will shine every morning off the barbed wire fences. And the day he doesn't wake up, he'll be collected from his cell, body bagged, sent home if he has any living relatives, or he'll be buried at the prison. But that Florida sun will keep on shining. And this is the reality of life in Florida State Prison. Another statistic and another example for those watching of what your life could be if you make the wrong decisions.
That shit crazy.
Now there was a lot of information missing from this case that I wasn't able to find in the courts. Apparently, Jadarius was rumored of having committed a shooting. That, I guess, is the reason he was confronted inside of his grandparents' home. Now, I don't know if this was an attempt of like hood justice, like we heard he did something, so we're gonna come over here and beat him up to teach him a lesson, and his grandparents allowed it. And then Jadarius snapped and ended up killing his grandparents and another man. We don't know the details. All we know is
nigga just made that up on the fly.
An 18-year-old turned that gun on his grandparents and a third man that was killed in the front yard. Yeah. Then he admitted it to the police. Done deal. This happened in Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been the murder capital of Florida for a long ass fucking time. A lot of drill rappers, you know, the Florida drill scene, that started in Jacksonville.
Right.
The courts aren't gonna play that shit. When I was in the Florida prison system, most of the jits that I met that came.
Alright, we don't want to hear your story.
As an officer.
Cops trapped in real life horror movie. What's this about? Midwest safety. Shout out to Jake for the content though.
Routinely oversees the towing of a vehicle. He's about to witness the first occurrence of a string of events that will lead to the scariest night of his career.
Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? A white four-door, it was a Hyundai. Just went by us at an extremely high rate of speed.
About an hour and a half later, officers find the suspect parked in a driveway and surround him.
How'd they know it was him?
Stop! Stop!
Did all this because he was speeding?
Let me see your hand.
They got guns out because he's speeding?
Don't move.
Whose hand?
Come out of the car.
Whose hand?
Come out of the car.
Yo, you'd have thought he hit a nigga.
Come out of the car.
Hold on.
No, stay right there.
Right there. Don't move.
Stay right there.
Don't move. I'm not going anywhere.
We're out with him.
Get out of the car. Get my mom.
Mark, you will be shot if you put that vehicle in park and drive. Mark, don't do it, Mark.
Get my mom.
Mark, don't do it.
Get my mom.
Don't do it. You're gonna hit my car.
Get my mom.
You're gonna hit my car. Stop. Mark, don't do it. Get out of the car.
Out of the car. Get my mom.
Watch out, watch out. Watch out. Whoa, Frankie, watch out. Holy shit. Mark. Oh, shit. We need units.
That nigga can't drive for shit. He could have got up out of there.
Look at the you guys are doing. 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 You gotta kill him.
Yo, what the fuck?
Watch out, Frankie. Frankie, watch out. Get out of the way.
Oh my fucking God.
Watch out, watch out.
Nigga, his family acting like he ain't do nothing wrong.
Watch out. Frankie. Zach, watch out.
Everyone get off the street. Get out of the way.
Yo, why is he just ramming into the cop car? That's what he want to hit?
Watch out. Watch out.
Don't let that happen to a nigga. He getting shot. Crash again.
Oh, units are okay right now. We need more.
He out of there. Now he out of there. Maybe he had a bad day, Jimmy. Crashed out. Crashed out. Crashed out.
Is anyone in that car?
Watch out.
All units stay off the road. Stay off the road. Everyone off the road.
Stay in the house. Watch out. Block him in. Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Crossfire, watch it! Watch the crossfire! Back this way! Back!
You telling me you never wanted to smash into a cop car? Now with my car? I don't want to ruin my car. But listen, we're not gonna talk about what I've wanted to do.
This way! Justin, back this way.
Mark, get the f*** out of the car! Under arrest! We got the car!
Put that vehicle drive, you will be shot! Get out with your hands up!
God forbid I wouldn't want to smash this. That's why you gotta drive safe. I wouldn't even purposely do that.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car now!
Hands up, Mark!
Watch her! Rose, watch her!
Back up! I don't give a Back up!
We confirm yours are okay. Orlana, cuff her!
Back up! Get back!
Orlana!
Keep her from
Cuff
back!
her! Try the other side. The other side of the baton. I gotta check the dog too.
This officer is referring to his K9 unit that was inside one of the squad cars the suspect rammed at full speed.
Damn.
Get out of the car!
I got covered, guys. All right. I got you.
Get out of the car! Mark, get out of the car now!
Got slumped over. Is he slumped over?
Back. Stay back.
Watch out. Watch out. See if I can. Use the other side of it, Justin. It's heavier.
Other side.
He's moved. Watch crossfire, Sarge. Here, I got a window punch.
Yeah, they got it. They got it.
Okay. A window puncture would have been way easier though.
E-Bus, watch crossfire.
All right, Justin. He's bouncing up.
The last thing heard before the audio cuts for a couple seconds is an officer that says he's bouncing up, indicating the suspect may be having a seizure.
Open that door. Get the door open. I got here, come on. All right, I got it.
All right, watch. Everyone be careful.
So grab the key and turn it off.
Mark!
Get the door locked.
Guns away, guns away.
Niggas did all that breaking that window for what? You could have just went around to the other door and checked if it was open, dickhead.
Get him out.
Recovery position.
Bro, it took them like a whole 2 minutes to break that window and the other door was open.
Get him in the recovery position.
The door that he's actually on in that side. Like,
recovery position.
Officers realize they still need to check the squad that was rammed with a K9 unit inside.
Hold on, buddy. I need some light right here.
with the door open.
Hold on, let me go on this side. What's that? He hit my car like 3 times. I gotta check the dog. Come here, come here, come here. Stay. It's okay. Okay. Motherfucker.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. You okay?
On the side.
I'm glad the dog okay.
Alright.
Officer Jack good.
He was trying to run over me and Francis. I just got glass in my hand for you good? Then he backed up to like about this telephone pole and just gunned it full speed right into it. Like I don't know if he thought I was in there or something. He was just smoking the car, and then you back up, boom, do the next thing, and he was wild. Everybody was just like running to try to get out of the way. Then he just gunned it down that way and just smoked the car head on, and then like we were giving him commands and nothing.
Thank God you were out of the car already.
Oh, dude, I ran right up alongside his house, just hoping he didn't see me because he would come at me and just force me to kill us because I had nowhere to go.
So he like just got out of the car when you guys came up on him?
Yeah, so as soon as I pulled in behind him, Ruth was getting out, and then he like locked the door. So that we were like right here on the side of the car, and we were just like, get out of the car, you're under arrest, get out of the car. And then all of a sudden, like I hear the car start, or I don't know if it started, or I saw the reverse lights come on. And then I freaking tried to smash the window to get him out, and then he just backed it up. I remember him hitting my car, and then he went through it, and then went like this way, and then he put it in drive, and then he just boom, backed up again, boom. I'm just so thankful that nobody was hit.
This suspect, Mark Ferraiolo, a 23-year-old male, and his wife, Ruth Patton, a 42-year-old female, who was the...
How old is this nigga? 23 and his wife 42? Okay.
A 23-year-old male, and his wife, Ruth Patton, a 42-year-old female, who was the woman heard interfering with the incident, were both arrested that night. Reports indicate Mark has both eluded and been violent with police on multiple occasions. In an interview with Ruth, she stated that while her and Mark were driving prior to the incident, they saw cops overseeing someone's car being towed on the side of the road. Mark thought the police were coming for them. According to Ruth, Mark wanted to, quote, crash the f***ing car, and both of them were going to die along with their baby, as Ruth was pregnant at the time. She also said that Mark wanted to crash into
She's snitching.
the cops and wanted to kill at least 2 officers that night. He then proceeded to speed by officers at approximately 80 miles an hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone at the scene of the car towing, and the events following unfolded. Mark was charged with 2 counts of first-degree attempted murder of a police officer, 2 counts of third-degree aggravated assault on a police officer,
Because they think he thought the police was in the car?
2 counts of third-degree eluding, 4 counts of fourth-degree criminal mischief, and 1 count of fourth-degree injuring a police K-9. Ruth was charged with 1 count of third-degree terroristic threats and 1 count of fourth-degree obstruction of justice for her actions during the incident. While no trial date has been set yet, both have been held without bond at the Burlington County Jail since the incident. While both the K-9 unit named Tango as well as multiple officers sustained injuries, none were life-threatening, and all have since fully recovered. Mark and Ruth are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
This was the calm before the...
Hey. How long y'all think that nigga Mark got? That was OD. He crashed out. You know, niggas be saying crash out. That was a crash out. Yeah, how much time I think he got? How much time y'all think that nigga got? I want to know. I want to know. What's popping on the tube? Wack 100 storms into Memo 600 interview. Memo reveals Dirk said not to F with Wack. I believe that. Why would Dirk fuck with Wack 100? What's going on in that? It's a day, like, it really ain't much. Did XXL screw up the 2025 freshman list? I don't even want to look at the double XL freshman list. I know it's trash. I know it's trash. The art of controversy.
Fake apologies, bad PR strategies, and carefully manufactured redemption arcs. What if I told you the best way
Shout out to Pat CC.
for a public figure to defeat controversy is to ignore it? When celebrities are facing backlash, how they respond can make or break their entire reputation. Some choose to immediately give their side of the story to hopefully quiet the outrage. Some choose to issue a sterile and professional apology that was obviously written by a PR firm. Some even choose to make apology songs. But the most surprisingly effective strategy is to say absolutely nothing and see how the public responds. Some disappear from the public, some literally keep moving on like nothing happened, and others slowly yet strategically address controversies to give themselves the most favorable outcome. Today we're going to discuss all the different ways to address controversies, starting with Mr. Beast, who put on an absolute masterclass of how to save a reputation and skate past one of the biggest controversies of his career. Mr. Beast is the undisputed king of YouTube. With close to 400 million subscribers, he has transformed from just another internet personality into the face of a massive business empire. What started as simple challenge videos has become a full-blown production company, and according to Forbes, his personal net worth now sits at an estimated $500 million. His videos regularly pull in hundreds of millions of views, built on a simple but addictive formula: outrageous challenges, massive cash prizes, and a loyal cast of recurring friends. Mr. Beast also developed a massive philanthropic leg of his brand. He created an entire organization called Beast Philanthropy, where, unlike many other celebrities, he documents his progress so people can see the actual work he was donating to. He funded surgeries for 1,000 blind people so they could see again, planted millions of trees, and even traveled to Africa to help rescue child slaves. Each video receives hundreds of millions of views, and Mr. Beast is breaking records while still making a real impact on the world. However, his perfect public perception began to change in June of 2024. That was when his longtime collaborator and close friend Ava Chris Tyson, was accused of child grooming. Leaked messages surfaced between Ava and her 13-year-old Discord moderator, Lava GS. In these disturbing exchanges, Ava referred to the underage moderator as Daddy, made numerous inappropriate jokes, and even promoted the work of NSFW artist Shadman, known for creating graphic art that includes depictions of CP. As internet detectives continued to investigate Ava's past, a growing pile of evidence packaged as a Reddit megathread revealed a long history of Ava's troubling behavior towards minors. MrBeast handled the crisis the way most corporations do. Like a true pro, he initially stayed silent to see if the controversy would blow over. However, after a massive eruption of public backlash, countless channels covering serious allegations related to the most famous YouTuber in history, he realized he needed to take action, and responded to this controversy with a sterile corporate PR statement. Over the last few days, I've become aware of serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that
same person, Ava Tyson, is still in his videos to this day. He putting videos out with Ava. That's not the nigga name, but whatever.
time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. After this statement, he strategically avoided Twitter, which is the main platform where most controversies will gain traction and be discussed amongst millions of people. He regularly posted on Instagram and uploaded videos to YouTube, where his audience that loves him will drown out all of the negative comments. He also could control and censor negative comments on YouTube and Instagram, not saying he did, but he could have. He continued to promote his Feastables candy bar brand and even launched Lunchly in September of 2024. Lunchly could not have been launched at a worse time, or maybe it was actually the best time. He received backlash for making a knockoff Lunchables that was extremely lacking in nutritional value and could be added to the long list of borderline poisonous food that fills American supermarkets. Then again, this backlash took some of the attention away from the allegations that his day one best friend was allegedly an offender. He smiled through the chaos, and while the internet demanded answers, all they got was silence. I've been looking to find the best deal on Thunder tickets. You can on for you on a legible. MrBeast reduct within the entire company was released. The vid Dogpack, a self-proclaimed, amidst his silence, a viral expose posted by Dogpack, a self-proclaimed former employee of
Yo, nigga went up 641k subscribers off 2 videos. Never dropped another video after that. I guess that 12 million views and the 15 million views did him right. He chilling.
MrBeast company was released. The videos pulled back the curtain on alleged misconduct within the entire MrBeast corporation. It was revealed that there was an actual legitimate registered offender working for MrBeast. They referred to him as Delaware. MrBeast's former employee, Jake the Viking, issued a statement on X saying that Delaware was his brother-in-law, is a registered offender, and alleging that MrBeast knew about the charges. Additionally, Dogpack claimed that the lotteries and challenges MrBeast hosts are also manipulated to encourage people to subscribe to his channels or purchase.
What did I say about your sister? Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. Yes, he's a RSO. So your sister's with a PDF? Okay.
Knew about the charges. Additionally, Dogpack claimed that the lotteries and challenges MrBeast hosts are also manipulated to encourage people to subscribe to his channels or purchase his products, hoping to win money or be featured in a video. He went even further, alleging that these lotteries were not only unethical, but also potentially illegal, raising serious concerns about compliance with gambling and sweepstakes laws. He went on to criticize the hypocrisy of MrBeast's philanthropic brand, highlighting that while MrBeast advocates for improving people's health, his products are simultaneously contributing to obesity and poor health. He pointed out that MrBeast runs multiple burger restaurants and sells chocolate bars to an impressionable, mostly young audience. Dogpack also noted how MrBeast allegedly tried to turn chocolate purchases into a lottery system to drive sales. His video got 15 million views and countless controversies were overwhelming the MrBeast empire. Jimmy remained quiet for 3 straight months, ignoring all outside noise and focusing entirely on promoting his brands and uploading content. When he posted a promotional image on Twitter for his video, 7 Days Exploring an Underground City, featuring other influencers like Kai Cenat and Logan Paul, the replies quickly turned hostile. Buddy is doing everything except for responding to the allegations. Jimmy, any updates on the Chris Tyson investigation? Why are you covering up for PDF files? After months of silence, Mr. Beast returned on November 1st, 2024 and addressed the controversy by sharing the results of the third-party investigation. Jimmy claimed that the legal firm conducting the investigation, Quinn Emanuel, had advised him to say nothing during the process. According to the investigation documents, the firm said, "We also requested that the current employees refrain from public comments to ensure the investigation yielded accurate information and that witnesses were not tainted." And of course, this company that Mr. Beast hired to investigate him found him not guilty. But this was a calculated strategy to keep controversy from spiraling and to prevent wild narratives from dominating the headlines. Mr. Beast was told to say nothing until the facts were in. Mr. Beast then sat down with YouTuber Oompaville for a 2-hour podcast to address all of these controversies. Another perfect strategic move. He decided to get interviewed by someone who does not normally interview people, someone who merely reacts to drama and is often lighthearted, unserious, yet trustworthy and loved by his fan base. Also, podcasts give the impression that conversations are not censored, edited, or scripted. The first question Oompaville asked was about Jimmy's silence, and this was his response.
You actually kind of laid out the timeline there. The Ava stuff came out, and I put out that tweet. We hired the investigators to go look into it. Part of that investigation is they recommended that I not talk about drama or really do anything online because it might influence witnesses or any people they might interview or ex-employees. So it's a little unfortunate because I had told them, okay, I'll wait till the investigation is over. I believe that was literally like a week before the dog pack video came out. Just in transparency, I've never done one of these like big investigations before. And in my head, it was gonna last like 2 or 3 weeks. It ended up taking a couple months.
Also, notice Jimmy's body language. Casually leaned back, feet kicked up, wearing a big cozy hoodie next to the fireplace. Everything about this gives the impression he is comfortable and not nervous. He actually sat in that same position for 2 hours, and he and Oompaville deep dove into every single controversy that was made against him. Jimmy's answers were often very unpolished, casual, and seemingly truthful.
Do you believe that you ran an illegal lottery? Was there any compliance, any steps taken to prevent this?
I don't think we did. I have people looking into it and like trying to pull the footage and figure it out. He disproved the two, which I mean, those were crazy. I don't want to just like speculate. I have a team looking into it. I don't think we did though. But regardless, just to be truthful, if people want a refund or think for whatever reason like we did something wrong, like I'll send you a link that you can just put in the description where they can get a refund. Maybe just throw it on the screen here.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, when I was a teenager, I didn't know what a background check was. I just hired a couple people there that wanted to help me make videos. One of them was the person named Delaware. And no, I did not know he was a registered sex offender. There's a rumor that's gone around that said that he sat me and my mom down and told us. Obviously, I don't remember that happening.
And while most people appreciated the detail in which he responded, others felt the calculated PR strategy made it seem disingenuous. One commenter pointed out that he denied being interviewed by CoffeeZilla, who is a massive YouTuber known for exposing cryptocurrency scams. Although Mr. Beast addressed the crypto scam allegations with Oompaville, many noticed Oompa wasn't fully educated on the topic. CoffeeZilla would have been able to see through the cracks of Jimmy's response and ask the right questions to get to the truth.
When it comes to a lot of these like answers, it always just comes like every single thing that I've sort of heard so far out of all of this is just I'm just being stupid, I guess. Okay, like, oh, I made a mistake, oopsie daisy, I wasn't really thinking things through. Like, it always comes out like the actual response is always either trust me bro when it comes to the crypto stuff, because really all these things come out to just trust me bro, please just believe what I'm saying, or it comes out to, clearly him going, yeah, we made a mistake, I didn't know any better, I have a team looking into it, yada. It's all just corporate PR nonsense response.
Objectively speaking, Mr. Beast put on a masterclass of a response to controversy. In the court of public opinion, anything you say will be used against you. Even a denial can backfire. The key here is patience. It seems overwhelming, but just don't make any sudden moves. Stay silent and keep working on whatever it is you're doing. During the silence, he kept uploading videos. He did massive collaborations with the likes of iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, and even Cristiano Ronaldo. His content pulled tens of millions of views. His brands continued to grow. Eventually, people will forget, but he chose to respond after the noise died down to give off the impression that he has integrity and will honor his word. His casual nature of answering questions appeals to others' humanity, and because of this, he walked away mostly clean, barely harming his reputation. However, what happens when there is video evidence that almost 100% proves a public figure guilty, and the whole world knows it? What if the evidence is undeniable? Do they keep quiet when everyone is demanding answers? Well, no one tested this better than David Dobrik. David Dobrik started his creative career as a goofy teenager filming short skits on Vine, then moved to LA in the early 2010s to take content creation more seriously.
I've heard the name. I don't know who this is though.
When Vine shut down in 2017, he pivoted to YouTube. Within just a few years, he racked up over 10 million subscribers and became one of the platform's biggest stars.
Jeez, that's crazy. I don't even know the nigga.
David became famous for his 4-minute and 20-second vlogs that would...
What? Yo, do you see... Bro, do you see the numbers on this nigga page, bro? 30 million. It's yo, his average views is 30-something million. This is crazy. This nigga was making mad money off YouTube.
Feature pranks, stunts, celebrity cameos, and a rotating crew of friends that his millions of fans loved. The group of friends would become known as the Vlog Squad. One of the most recognizable faces in the Vlog Squad was Jeff Wittek. Like David, he got his start on Vine before building his own audience on YouTube with a show called Jeff's Barbershop, where he interviewed guests while cutting their hair. Jeff became a regular in David's vlogs, always down to get involved in the chaos, whether it was a prank or a stunt. But his loyalty to complete David's vision would have dire consequences. During the pandemic, David took a hiatus and wanted to film a massive comeback video. The premise for this vlog was to put the squad through a series of difficult or adrenaline-filled challenges. It was almost like a knockoff episode of Fear Factor. David did not want to participate in any of the challenges, but participate as the host of the show. The first challenge was to go skydiving, which went great, so the vlog squad traveled to Lake Utah to film the second stunt for the video, wakeboarding with a rope tied to an excavator. And this is where things got out of control. Corinna Kopf went first and held onto the rope while David spun the excavator in a circle, almost losing control of the machine. As she swung in the air, she said, "You take things too far, David." Then it was Jeff's turn to swing from the excavator. He grabbed onto the rope and David turned up the intensity, spinning it much faster. Once he realized he put Jeff in a dangerous situation, he abruptly stopped the machine, causing Jeff to crash violently into the side of the massive metal machine. Right after the incident, Jeff was quickly rushed to a nearby hospital and immediately underwent an operation to stop the bleeding and treat.
Yo, this is nuts.
All of his critical injuries, including an attempt to save his left eye. Jeff later confirmed that his injuries were extensive. "I was in a lot of pain. I tore some ligaments in my leg. I broke my foot. I shattered my hip. I shattered my skull in 9 places. I shattered my eye socket, and I almost died." The rest of the vlog squad supported him and were with him in spirit. However, David had different plans. Allegedly, while Jeff was in the hospital under heavy medication, David began gathering evidence to show that the incident was not his idea. He started by screen recording a DM he had received from Jeff shortly before the incident. The message was a post from 50 Cent featuring a video of a man swinging from an excavator and wiping out. Jeff had written, "Let's recreate this." When David later showed this screen recording on his podcast, viewers called him out not only for ignoring Jeff's condition, but also for trying to shift the blame onto him. Anyone notice that the post in the screen recording says 2 hours ago? He literally recorded the DM an hour after the incident, immediately trying to cover up. This strongly suggests that David was already thinking about damage control while Jeff was still severely injured in the hospital. After his initial injuries, Jeff returned to YouTube and continued his barbershop series, now incorporating his injury as a joke. Every time someone asked about it, he would joke through the pain, downplay the severity, and avoid the truth, mainly to protect his friend David. On different occasions, Jeff claimed he had fallen from a building or had a skydiving accident, but never truly revealed what happened.
Crazy, we're both a little banged up.
Yeah, what happened to you?
I fell off a building.
They were all just jokes.
I was in a skydiving accident. Chute didn't open.
I was in a lot of pain, and that's how I choose to cope with my pain.
I fell down off my balcony
12 stories high.
To add to the chaos behind the scenes, David was facing backlash for another controversy, including Vlog Squad member Dirty Dom, who was accused of R-wording a woman that was featured in one of David's 2018 vlogs. The video centered around Dom attempting to arrange a three-way, and the woman claimed she was so intoxicated that she could not consent. She later asked for the video to be removed, but by then, it had already amassed over 5 million views. David addressed the controversy by releasing multiple apology videos and removing Dom from the Vlog Squad. And after almost 10 months of Jeff not really answering what had happened to his eye, he finally decided to tell his subscribers what happened the day of his accident. He released a multi-part documentary on his YouTube channel that tells the entire story, with one small caveat. David was heavily involved in the editing process, as Jeff still wanted to protect him and avoid portraying him negatively.
I regret doing this too, but this is me being a loyal friend. I let him pass through the edit of the doc and take out anything that made him look bad. And that day I came home from surgery, I was sitting on the couch, laying there with blood coming out of my eye on fucking anesthesia, completely a vegetable, and he came right in here, ran right into the editing bay, and all he cared about was editing to clean up the video to cover up that this happened.
Despite David's best effort to control the narrative, the reactions to the documentary were not in his favor. All I understood from this video is that skydiving is safer than being around David. Natalie jumped out of a plane 26 times just to have a break from David for a week. However, David probably imagined this was just some drama that would be over soon. He continued on with his upload schedule, and the two even made jokes about the situation.
I wanted to get you guys something.
Hold on a second. Yeah, call off the lawsuit. No, he's doing something. Yeah.
Over the next year, Jeff was stuck reliving this nightmare, undergoing 7 eye surgeries. Meanwhile, David continued to see exponential success. He would get fed up with the public not knowing the real story and eventually published a tell-all episode of his podcast called Dear David.
My beef with David, the fact that he is a scumbag friend, a fake friend, now that the documentary's over, doesn't give a f, doesn't text me, doesn't check in. This last surgery, there was literally, the doctor said, we have to move your eye 3 millimeters. We're going to do 2.5. So we have a half a millimeter of slack. That's this much to go blind. And I couldn't get a text. That's one reason. The other reason, him saying now, flipping the script, saying that, oh, it was Jeff's idea. He's crazy. Complete bullshit. That's number 2. Number 3. They were supposed to cover the hospital bills. They slacked because whatever the f they're doing, making stupid vlogs, they didn't pay attention to something that's, I would think it's pretty important here, because the bills go to my name, and our agreement was just cover the hospital bills. I don't care about anything else. But I got a bill that wasn't paid that I didn't know about because I'm not dealing with it. I have Ivan, my assistant, deal with it, and he goes with David's team, and they didn't pay a bill. I got an infraction on my credit now. I go to get a house and I can't get a loan because now I have another. So it's just like things are piling up over and over again, and just try a little bit.
This podcast changed everything. Jeff's supporters thought this wasn't just an accident, this was a crime and needed to be pursued legally. And with the surmounting pressure towards David, he would ultimately choose to abandon his YouTube channel for years. Just before going dark, David made a calculated response not on his main channel, but on his massively less popular podcast called Views. He was willing to take some accountability, but he wanted to also refute some of Jeff's claims.
Like, this is not what happened. It was a combined decision we made, and it was a complete accident. And I'm so sorry that accident happened, but it did, and there's no going back from that. And then when it started to be like more 150% on me, I started to get, I don't know, I guess like it just freaked me out more. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And then in terms of his like medical payments, so far we've paid $78,000 of surgery, and I don't know what that equates to. I don't know what that is, but I don't love the fact that he's going around saying I don't pay for surgeries. Like, that hurts. Like, I want to help him. I really truly do. Yeah. And like, he still has my word.
He also doubled down on the stunt being Jeff's idea.
Jeff came up to one of my buddies and then later to me, and he was like, this is boring as shit. What are we, like preschoolers? Like, let's do something cool. And he said he wanted to swing from it, and I loved the idea. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
People were extremely disappointed and dissatisfied with David's response, as if he were trying to avoid taking any responsibility for the incident. David describing the incident as the worst thing that has ever happened to me and not the worst thing I've ever done is very telling. It was Jeff's idea, but I rented the machine, operated, filmed it, and caused permanent damage to Jeff. This is a prime example of responding to a controversy yet making everything worse. David tried to come off as,
but if dude really wanted to do it though, I mean, you fucked up by ODing, by spinning a mad OD, like wilding and bugging and trying to do the most. But he did want to do it.
Personal and sincere, and trying to inform the public of all the nuances of the situation, kind of like what we saw with Mr. Beast. But the public just didn't believe him. It could be his body language, his stuttering, his long and drawn out responses. The court of public opinion hates nuance. The more simple something can be addressed, the better. All he had to do was say, "This was all my fault, and I'm so sorry," and then behind the scenes handle all the medical bills on time and in full, and none of the outrage probably would have happened. But he didn't say that either for legal reasons or because he genuinely did not believe it was his fault and doesn't want to pay for the medical expenses. It's evident that David was trapped in this controversy with no way to get back in the good graces with the public. And after one last vlog episode on March 29th, 2022, David went completely dark on YouTube. Meanwhile, Jeff took legal action and filed a $10 million lawsuit in June of 2022, accusing David of negligence. According to the suit, Dobrik was negligent in operating the equipment at a dangerous speed and acted negligently in slowing the machine down suddenly, which caused the injuries to occur after Wittek collided with the equipment while swinging. Jeff wanted accountability, but David has not personally responded to the lawsuit, and through his lawyers, David responded by claiming that Jeff was also to blame. Dobrik has denied full responsibility, claiming that the stunt was Wittek's idea and that he had asked Dobrik to not disclose this fact. Abandoning his main channel, David migrated to another platform, Snapchat. On this platform, he is allegedly making as much as $10,000 a day while waiting for his controversies to fully blow over. Snapchat allowed him to stay active without facing the same level of public scrutiny. It doesn't have a comment section, so he could be completely isolated from controversy. Essentially, he was able to continue his lifestyle and flaunt it from his private corner of the internet. David even did a promotional video with Tom Cruise for the new Mission Impossible movie, acting as if his life is completely back to normal. And after a multi-year hiatus from YouTube, fans thought David would never return. And then suddenly, on January 7th, 2025, he uploaded a longer vlog that was 14 minutes and 20 seconds long, which showcased his body transformation. David did not address allegations or controversy, but just randomly uploaded the video. This could easily be interpreted as him testing the waters to see if fans are still mad at him. And if you read the comments, I'd say they don't care anymore. Brother casually dropped the toughest vlog out of anyone in the last 3 years. I cannot tell you how large my smile was when I saw a new video has been uploaded. It's been too long. My heart is happy. Around the same time, Meat Canyon released a satirical video responding to David's return. In the animation, a boy playing with an excavator toy drops a Jeff Wittek doll and then sees David in a sewer, parodying the scene from It. The boy makes an observation about David's character.
I'm a new person. Look, I'm different. I'm physically different. I'm different, right? You know, David, not everyone's perfect, and I mean, we all make mistakes. If you're down here and feel guilty about something, I mean, you know you could come out and just admit it, right? Sitting down here in this sewer and showing kids your vlogs and your abs just, I don't know, just feels like you're avoiding something.
Jeff has continued to assert that they are going to court. David has repeatedly tried to get the case dismissed, but the trial date is still being decided. Even 5 years after the accident, Jeff is still making videos about this story, mostly because he has had 12 eye surgeries since the accident and lives in constant pain.
As time goes on, it seems to affect me more, and I want to be my old self. And I don't know what it's going to take to get back to that. And I don't know how I could put in your guys' heads what I'm experiencing every day. It's something that I'll deal with for life.
David's fans now think Jeff is milking the drama to try to remain relevant. But Jeff doesn't look at this as fleeting drama, as he might become blind in one eye because of this and wants justice. And while it seems like David is still trying to find his footing and could be preparing a return to his main YouTube channel, the same cannot be said for Cody Ko, who has seemingly abandoned his main YouTube channel after allegations of sleeping with a minor erupted last year. Cody Ko also started his career on Vine and then transitioned to making commentary YouTube videos. He created an iconic series called That's Cringe, where he often went viral for calling out and making fun of nonsense on the internet. Not only were him and his co-host Noel Miller funny, but he gained attention for his honest and realistic takes, often being seen as an extremely unproblematic and likable YouTuber. Beyond his videos, Cody was also known for valuing health and discipline, having completed an Ironman marathon and documenting the entire process. By 2024, he was happily married with a child old and had multiple multi-million-dollar business ventures. But in 2024, that wholesome image quickly began to unravel. During a live podcast tour, YouTuber Tana Mojo was asked about her past hookups. That is when she casually dropped a name that sent the internet into a frenzy, Cody Ko. She claimed that they had intercourse when she was 17, which would have meant that Cody was 25 at the time. As you can imagine, people on the internet started asking questions. Isn't this illegal? Isn't this at least a bit creepy? What further corroborated the story was a potential witness, Gabby Hanna, who claims they did the act at a Playlist Live after party in Orlando, Florida in 2016.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17, and then we still went and hooked up.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it. And he's like, oh my god, thank you for telling me. And then he
Now, it is true that Cody, Tana, and Gabby were all at Playlist Live in 2016.
Nigga said that one shaky. Tana was a hoe. She was a 17-year-old hoe. You still can't, I mean, a grown-ass man still shouldn't be doing nothing with her, but...
As there is video footage of all of them attending the event. And because they were in Orlando, Florida, where the age of consent is 18, Cody, who was 25, engaging in sexual activity with Tana, a minor, can result in criminal charges even if consensual. The law states that anyone under 16 years old can't legally agree to any sexual activity, no matter how old the other person is. Also, if someone is 16 or 17 years old, they can't legally agree to activity with a person who is 24 years or older. Ever since the Me Too movement, the general public has rightfully taken these types of allegations more seriously. However, the key difference between this situation and others was that Tana had mixed feelings herself about the situation.
But I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me. And that's bad.
I was just about to say, you can't do that to yourself though.
Like, but I genuinely feel that way. Like it feels like all of the other people I hooked up with when I was 18, whether they were 30 or whether they were not 30 and they were my age.
Tana was not necessarily on a crusade to take down Cody Ko, but did recognize that the situation was a little messed up. And while she was publicly discussing this and fans were demanding a response from Cody, he remained silent. As the allegations gained more traction, Cody allegedly began filtering comments on his subreddit in an effort to control the narrative and bury the controversy.
At this point, your silence and censorship are a response with disturbing implications. The only thing that I've seen this hidden portion of your audience asking for is the truth. So why aren't you telling it?
LOL, he will never address it. He will just wait for it to die down, because honestly, addressing it will bring much more attention to it, especially from his fan base. And I honestly believe he doesn't think he's in the wrong. He's probably thinking it was consensual and that the Canadian age of consent is 16, so that's where his mind/morality was at with it. Now, some people in Cody's situation would have completely ignored it and just keep posting videos and podcasts like nothing was happening. However, Cody made a few key decisions that made his own fans start to look at him as guilty. Firstly, Cody stopped posting completely on his main channel in June of 2024. He continued uploading on his second channel, Cody & Co., until July 13th, 2024, which coincidentally was the day before D'Angelo Wallace released his video breaking down the entire situation. After that, Cody took the rest of the year off. Shortly after, he announced that he would be stepping down from his role as a personality at TMG Studios. What has transpired over the past few weeks is a personal issue for him, and Cody wants to remove any effect this is having on your professional and personal lives and the work you and other hosts have done to make TMG Studios so successful. Many interpreted this as some sort of admission of guilt. If not guilty, why stop uploading? Why step down from the podcast? If not guilty, why not just address the situation and tell the...
I don't know why niggas still be doing that. I don't know. I guess, what do you think that make you guilty if you like don't address the shit? I would say yeah. If it's like being spoken about and it's loud, you gotta clear it up. Clear the shit up.
Truth. Remaining silent and stepping away from the internet immediately after the controversy made it obvious that he was just trying to wait for the controversy to blow over. And 6 months later, just before Christmas, when most people are not chronically online and spending time with their family, Cody randomly posted a video on his Cody Trains YouTube channel with 250,000 subscribers, where he makes videos about his passion for running. But fans could sniff out his PR strategy. Bro testing the waters on the smallest platform he has. audience. Interesting tactic. At the end of this 20-minute video on his third channel, he kind of addressed the allegations.
Obviously, I understand I've been offline for months, haven't made videos for, that whole time.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You can try to clear it up, but some people never gonna forgive you.
And I also understand if your opinion of me has potentially changed over the last few months. I spent the first half of my career criticizing people and judging people online. So, I don't begrudge your judgment of me by any means. I just think all I can do right now and moving forward is just try to be the best person I can be for myself and for my family, and just try to continue putting the best out there that I can.
But his detractors were not satisfied with this response. Cody, the reason people's opinion of you may have changed in recent months is not because you used to criticize and make fun of people online. It's because what you did is wrong. It's as simple as that. However, this was the only response Cody would give. And as 2025 rolled around, he posted more vlogs on his Cody Trains page, and the comment section began to slowly turn from negative to positive. Then he took one step up and started posting reaction videos on his second biggest channel, Cody & Co. These are videos that he would normally post on his main channel, but he knew the comment sections would be flooded with criticism, so he strategically posted on his second channel to again not expose himself to his main audience. And the comments were kind of critical, but most of them were making jokes and not necessarily demanding a response to the allegations. Cody began uploading consistently, getting around 1 million views per video, and watching the comment section turn to all positivity. Cody has seemingly left his main channel in the dust. I guess he still feels like if he uploads to his 6 million subscribers, that his detractors will flood the comment section with his allegations and his mainstream audience will learn about his controversy. He even recently launched his own oatmeal.
Bro, he already getting 1 million views on the other channel. It don't even matter. It's not even low key no more after that. You're getting 1 million views, nigga. Like, it's a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a low key thing. The best thing is to lay low. People will find the next controversy and forget about you. True.
Product and has been heavily marketing it. That second stream of income is likely needed since he abandoned his main channel. It seems like Cody's core audience forgave him or never thought that he was wrong in the first place. Cody is now married and a father, so fading into a smaller, more loyal audience after over 10 years on YouTube seems to be enough for him. Cody never took full accountability. Instead, he acknowledged the existence of the accusations without confirming or denying anything. This use of strategic silence allowed him to retain his core fan base, which may have been the most favorable outcome for him in the end. That said, Cody's career will likely never be the same, and his reputation seems to be somewhat smeared from the mainstream point of view. However, while Cody at least acknowledged his allegations, Brad Pitt remained dead silent about his horrible accusations from his ex-wife Angelina Jolie. His strategy was so effective that many people don't even know how most of his children denounced him, hate him, and have even removed Pitt from their last name. And that's because Brad Pitt doesn't want you to know any of this. On the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2003, the chemistry between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie was impossible to ignore. At the time, Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston, who was at the peak of her fame as Friends was still one of the most popular shows on television. Meanwhile, Angelina had just filed for divorce from actor Billy Bob Thornton and adopted her first child, Maddox, from Cambodia the year before. The contrast between Aniston's America's sweetheart image and Jolie's rebellious persona set the stage for one of the most talked.
I ain't gonna lie, she used to be hot. I don't like this picture of Angelina Jolie right here, but she used to be sexy.
About celebrity love triangles in pop culture history. When Brad and Jennifer officially divorced in 2005, public reaction was intense, splitting fans into Team Aniston and Team Jolie, a divide that fueled tabloid headlines for years. Brad and Angelina began dating soon after and quickly expanded their family, adopting 2 more children and having 3 biological ones. And they weren't just a celebrity couple, they were the celebrity couple, commanding a level of global media obsession rarely seen before. They became known as Brangelina and dominated the 2000s in film, fashion,
Yo, pop is so corny, Brangelina.
and philanthropy. In 2011, they purchased a vineyard named Miraval in Provence, France for $31 million and won awards for producing the best rosé in the world. They seem to be a glimmer of hope for celebrity couples, that you can be extremely famous, successful, and have a happy marriage. But in 2016, that facade was completely destroyed. Angelina filed for divorce on September 19th, 2016. She requested sole physical custody of their 6 children, which made the public suspicious. charges. Days later, it was reported that Brad was under investigation by the FBI and Child Protective Services after an alleged incident involving him and their son Maddox on a private plane. During a private flight, Pitt allegedly became intoxicated and a heated argument erupted on the plane. Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face and grabbed Jolie by the head and shook her. At one point, he poured beer on Jolie. At another, he poured beer and red wine on the children. Brad entered rehab and began living separately from the children and was only allowed supervised
I definitely, white people know how to clean shit up. You don't find out about their controversies. It's nigga shit all over the platform. Brad, not Brad Pitt. This nigga's a horrible dad and beating his kids allegedly. You don't find out about this shit.
visits due to his struggles with addiction.
What I realized was I was running to things to avoid tough feelings, painful feelings. I just didn't know how to deal with them, and looking for anything I found that I use for escape, to escape those kinds of I guess difficult feelings. I don't know how better to describe it. I mean, that can be anything. That can be drugs, booze, Netflix, snacks, anything. I don't want to at this point to be running from anything. I want to sit in it. I want to feel it. I want to get through the rough night.
All of their children have since dropped the Pitt surname and now go by only Jolie. This became evident when Zahara, their eldest daughter, was seen rushing a sorority and introduced herself without using Pitt. Pax, their second eldest son, went even further. In 2020, he reportedly posted a rant on his close friend's Instagram story, which was then screenshotted and disseminated online, where he condemned his father in a response to Father's Day. He called Brad a world-class a-hole and wrote, "You have no empathy or consideration towards your 4 youngest children who tremble in fear of your presence. You should know that the FBI and the police dropped any criminal charges against Brad due to lack of evidence."
Of course.
It was agreed by all parties that criminal charges in this case would not be pursued due to several factors. The FBI report described Miss Jolie as conflicted on whether or not to be supportive of the charges related to the case. Angelina is vocal about the allegations, but she isn't necessarily on an all-out crusade to expose him. In an interview with The Guardian, Angelina was asked directly about the situation, but had a indirect way of answering it. The interviewer asked, "Are you talking about your divorce from Brad Pitt and the allegations you have made against him of domestic abuse?" She tells me she is sworn to silence. "Well, not if you're talking about the divorce and allegations." She nods. "And did she fear for the safety of her children?" This time she answers, "Yes, for my family, my whole family." Brad has remained radio silent on the matter, which has proven to be effective because many people don't even know these allegations exist. In interviews, press releases, and new business ventures, he is never with his children, never mentions his children, or talks about his family at all. You would think he is just a random single guy. Brad has chosen the strategy of letting lawyers do all the talking for him, or letting sources close to him respond to the press. For example, a source told Page 6, Brad may have been drinking and admits that he yelled at his son, but he insists he did not hit him or attempt to harm him. It was a confrontation that got out of hand. As Brad Pitt continues to speak only through his team, it shows the strength of this strategy lies in the ambiguity it creates. By not addressing the allegations directly, Brad maintains a sense of mystique around the situation. His silence allows the public to draw their own conclusions whether they believe he is guilty or not. However, with no direct statement from Brad, the public is left with nothing more than Angelina's account to shape their perception. Even if the majority believe Angelina, Brad's silence gives him the advantage of plausible deniability. In the absence of a clear denial or admission, many people default to giving him the benefit of the doubt. As he continues to remain silent, Brad's career has
Exactly, bro. He Brad Pitt.
carried on uninterrupted. He is currently in a relationship with a model named Inez de Ramon and is regularly seen with A-list celebrities such as George Clooney and Leonardo DiCaprio. Brad is also still winning awards 30 years into his career. Most notably, he won Best Supporting Actor at the 2020 Academy Awards. He continues to star in major films, including the highly anticipated F1 movie releasing this summer, in which he plays the lead role and was reportedly paid $30 million. Reddit users have taken note of how effectively his team has managed public perception, with some even unaware of the allegations. I didn't even know there were allegations, to be honest. He's got a pretty remarkable PR team, honestly. Very little of it has really penetrated the public consciousness. So if this video gets deleted, you know why. And I do have to deal with deleted videos or copyright claims or blocked videos all the time. So just so you guys know, I do post on Spotify as a backup. YouTube is obviously still my main thing, but you can watch over there if you prefer Spotify. What's crazy is it took them 8 years to settle this divorce. The legal battle officially concluded on December 30th, 2024, and for the first time in nearly a decade, Brad responded, but barely. The interviewer asked, "Does anything feel different being on the other side of the divorce, finally being finalized?" I ask, "Is there relief?" Brad said, "No. I don't think it was that major of a thing, just something coming to fruition legally." So an 8-year-long divorce from the love of his life, who he built a pop culture empire and multi-million-dollar wine business with, as well as his children disowning him and removing his last name, was not that major of a thing. Damn. Brad Pitt is ice cold. But again, this is merely just a more professional PR strategy. Brad simply trying to downplay a major conflict and stay as silent as possible so the public doesn't go deep diving into his personal life and connecting dots that he thinks aren't there. And while it is clear that the silence has helped him avoid his career from spiraling out of control, there is another figure who takes this strategy to the next level. Despite mounting evidence, police reports, media coverage, and growing pressure from fans, he says absolutely nothing. That person is Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti has long been one of the most polarizing figures in music. He was a leading voice in the SoundCloud era, a movement that many struggled to accept due to its minimalistic and anti-lyrical approach. Nevertheless, Carti continued to build a fiercely loyal fan base that supported him unconditionally. That fan base turned into a cult following after the release of his third album, Whole Lotta Red. But the controversy surrounding him extends far beyond music. He has a long history of abuse allegations against women, stemming from a 2015 vlog clip where he describes beating up random girls at a gas station.
Going to gas station, I had on my skinny jeans or something, bitch started laughing. I said, what the fuck y'all laughing at? I'm off his hands, bro, you know? What y'all laughing at? What? Boom! Start tagging their ass. Look, start tagging their ass. We breaking everything. You hear niggas, get out the stove. They called the police.
His ex-girlfriend from that time, Ruby Rose, described a time where he shot a gun in her general direction as an intimidation tactic.
He would come to my house, and I lived in the hood in Pittsburgh, and like people would shoot all the time, and he would like shoot off my balcony. But then like one time, we got in a little argument because I hid his phones before his flight, and it just was like we were outside. He like, it wasn't directly at me. It was just more like.
Okay, so before this incident,
why would you hide a nigga phones before his flight, dickhead? I ain't saying you deserve to get shot at. I'm just saying, but you that stupid.
As fans celebrated the release of his Whole Lotta Red album, his ex-girlfriend, Iggy Azalea, who is also the mother of his first child, Onyx, did a 30-minute live stream to expose the character of the man that his fans idolize.
Please know these two people knew exactly what they were doing. You've been doing it while I was pregnant. This man didn't even come to see his son be born. He went to Philly to play the PlayStation with little Uzi. He thought that was more important than seeing his son be born. And
to play the PlayStation? With little Uzi?
While I was pregnant, this man didn't even come to see his son be born. He went to Philly to play the PlayStation with little Uzi. He thought that was more important than seeing his son be born. And I had a scheduled C-section, by the way, because my son was so big.
Any other man missing their son's birthday would be seen as less than, but Carti stayed silent and never confirmed if this was true or not. What really showed how little Carti's fans cared about Iggy's complaints is that the fans would clip Iggy's livestream and sample her on the intro of a Playboi Carti and Uzi leaked song called Throw It Up. The remix accumulated over 400,000 views, and the comment section demonstrates that his fans thought these allegations made him look cooler. But in 2022, Carti was accused of much more serious crimes, including allegations of abusing and choking his pregnant girlfriend, Brandy Marion. According to the police report, the woman told police the rapper grabbed her by her throat and pushed her, holding her neck until she could barely breathe. She even told cops she thought she was going to die. According to reports, Carti allegedly assaulted Marion during an argument over a paternity test while she was pregnant with his daughter Eve. leave. When the body cam footage was released, it showed Marion visibly distressed as she recounted the incident to police officers.
I'm just so shaken up, I can't even think straight. I'm just trying to think of what is really the right thing for me to do right now.
Well, you put your hands on you. Well, you put his hands on you, and you're pregnant. And you keep bending that for a while, correct?
Yeah, it's just the first time it's happened.
Okay, do you want to press charges on him? No? It's the first time. Or yes? Because if you don't, we can still do a report without pressing the charge, but it's going to just be documented that you called police out here because he touched you or assaulted you, sorry.
Can I eventually, like, if I decide to, like, when my head clears up, press charges, or would I have to do that?
No, you don't have to do that right now.
Cardi was arrested, then booked on December 29th and released.
The girl is literally on badge cam saying this nigga whooped her ass, bro, trying to take up for him too. I mean,
on a $100,000 bail. Cardi would make no statements, but his attorney, Brian Steele, told TMZ, Mr. Carter was falsely accused. Pursuant to my communications with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, this case will be dismissed without any prosecution or litigation. As this controversy surfaced online, Iggy Azalea chimed in to let everyone know that Cardi was not present in his son's life. Imagine having a pregnant girlfriend and pretending they don't exist until it comes out you like to abuse them too, and rarely visiting your actual son unless it's because you're running from whatever problems you got going on in Atlanta and the press with your serial abuse of women. At the time, Cardi was working closely with Kanye West on Donda 2. Despite the severity of the allegations and the attention they received, Cardi chose to not address them. He continued appearing at the album's listening events, sporting the now iconic clown makeup that made him go viral, and any headlines about his arrest were largely ignored or overshadowed. Reddit users took notice of the situation, commenting, "How the hell did Cardi not get canceled? He beat a pregnant woman up and then headlined one of the biggest festivals of the year. How?" Another user replied perfectly, "He's quiet and people forget things fast." Playboy Cardi never addresses controversy and rarely says anything at all. For nearly 4 years, he barely posted on social media, didn't do interviews, and keeps his private life completely off the record. This silence isn't just avoidance, it's strategy. By saying less, he gives fans more to speculate about, fueling an aura that keeps his name in conversations without him ever needing to speak. He's like an abstract figure who exists more as a symbol than a man. And it's sad to say this, but him allegedly abusing women probably just adds to the aura that his fans praise him for. After all, his lyrics often portray women in a dismissive or controlling manner, looking at them as nothing more than sex objects. So fans wouldn't really be that surprised to find out he may actually be like that in real life. Following the allegations, Cardi continued to collaborate with major artists like Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and even pop stars like Camila Cabello and Madonna. Anticipation for his next album grew rapidly, becoming one of the most hyped releases in recent history. But due to Cardi's extremely cryptic approach to both his music and personal life, the allegations lost momentum. His silence allowed him to sidestep the controversy entirely, and when he eventually rolled out his new album, Music, Cardi reached the commercial peak of his career, selling nearly 300,000 units in a single week and achieving the 7th biggest streaming day of all time on Spotify, behind artists like Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, and Drake. Ignoring controversy entirely only works under the right conditions. If the public figure is too famous, or the evidence is too damning, and their comment sections or IRL interviewers are constantly demanding answers, they might be forced to speak. However, the next best thing to do is barely address it. And with so many celebrities constantly getting into trouble and drama news reporters needing new material, 99% of the time the celebrity just needs to be patient, keep working, let the backlash die down, because the public will either forget or just stop caring.
Damn, that's crazy. Everybody say you just gotta not address it. Everybody say that's basically what that nigga said, just don't address shit. I don't know, man. Damn, what the hell? Something was very fishy about him. I'm about to get a both his nasty, man. Let me get some sleep, gang. You know, we back at it tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta get me some rest so your boy can get up and go get it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I know the vibe, man. GG's in the chat. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream, brodies. I'll probably be back on here tomorrow night, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Tapping with your geyser. You know what I'm saying? GG's, man. Have a good rest of y'all evening, man. Hope everybody enjoyed.